Shulamit was punished with an unforgettable experience, could this be understood as a complete tochecha for women for not getting into debates, a public or private, with men, despite these men could be missionaries or heretics, or to maintain public conversation with other women, encouraging them to follow this immodest behavior? Women getting into public debates with men is completely inappropriate. It's not modest for a woman to talk directly to a man that's not a husband. And in fact, it's something that you're never going to find in religious communities. I can tell you this. The knowledge that, for example, Rabbanit Sarah, the Rabbi Ephraim's wife, has is enormous. She knows an enormous amount of Torah, Baruch Hashem, but that's not because I've ever had a conversation with her. I know him for, Baruch Hashem, many, many years. I've never actually had a conversation with his wife. I think if you count all of the years that we've known each other, all of the years, which, I don't know, maybe 12, 15 years, whatever it's been, long time. I've spent a lot of time in their house over the years. When we first started, I think I slept in their house for like a month or two. And Baruch Hashem, we've spent some time together, an enormous amount of time together. If you count all of the years that we've together, you could probably count the amount of words that I've spoken to the Rabbanit, less than 100. Less than 100 total words. I actually think it's probably less than 50 total words in 12, 15 years. Why? What right do I have to speak to the Rabbanit? For what purpose? She's not my wife. And guess what? The same thing goes otherwise. Rabbi Ephraim, even though he helped us from day one with literally every single thing, and still does every single thing, as far as the amount of words that he's spoken directly to my wife, probably less than 10. Wants to say something, he says it to me, I say it to my wife. I want to say something, I say it to him. If he feels the need, he tells his wife. There's never a direct communication. Or, if we want some type of message, then we have the wife speaks to each other. A man does not speak to other women. There's no platonic relationships. Certainly there's no debates. And women that speak to men just for the sake of conversation or for the sake of debate are immodest women. They're immodest women, and it's only a matter of time before they commit immoral acts, with no questions. There's no doubt about it. It's just a matter of time and opportunity. The fact that they haven't done it thus far is not because they don't want to. It's simply because they haven't had the opportunity to. And I have real proof of it. It's not just delusional mentality. I have proof of it. I remember there was one guy that used to work for us, nice guy, and he one day tells me, listen, I have a problem, there's a issue I'm not comfortable talking about. Long story short, after pulling teeth practically to convince them to tell me, because, so there's an issue, what do we find out? We found out that one of the women that likes our shiurim and follows and makes comments and blah, 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 she decided to send questions to the to the page. I think it was Facebook page at the time. This is maybe 6 years ago, 8 years ago. She would send questions to the page, and he would answer it. And at some point, he decided to answer one of her questions. That when she asked him, "What's your name?" because she knew it wasn't me answering it, and he said his name. And they started talking and becoming friends, and we both like Rabbi Reuven, and we both like Rabbi this, and we both like Genom together, yay! And guess what? All of a sudden, she thought that he's more than a friend. And guess what? She was a married Jewish woman. She was a married Jewish woman, and we had to get involved to make sure that she stays a married Jewish woman and not a burned Jewish woman in Gehenom for eternity. So, guess what? This is because she didn't go out there looking for a boyfriend. She was looking for answers. But There's a difference between looking for answers and looking for, friends that will give you answers. And many times I see this, that women feel like just because they're talking Torah, they can talk to anybody. They can talk to anybody, whenever, however. Oh yeah, that's my buddy. I speak Torah with him all the time. We have a chumash chavruta. You're both sinning. You're both committing acts of immodesty. And it's only a matter of time before it's going to go one step too far. So for women to have these types of relationships and discussions with anyone other than a husband is a problem. A problem. And it's just simply a mistake. It's a wrong hashkafa. It's a wrong hashkafa. You want to discuss Torah, ask your rabbi a question, there's no problem. Read a book, no problem. Ask your rabbanita a question, no problem. Asking strange men or debating strange men, go find me one tzadikah in the world that did that. Even the most righteous women like Batsheva Kanievsky, when she would talk to everybody, that all these poor people, these people that were mentally deficient and so on, she would keep everything to a minimum, only on a what's needed basis. No like extra words and extra conversation and how you doing and how's was your weekend. None of that stuff. The modesty of a woman starts not just with her clothes, but also how she manages her speech. And Shlomit, she would made a mistake by being too talkative.
I've heard enough. New arrival screams, echoing through the hallway to know that this ain't good. Once they pass them through the infierno, they don't come back. It's enough to make you go crazy.
Do not think we fear you, Spirit. We know your power is born of evil. This is your last night in the land of the living. You understand me, malevolent demon?
There was a rich family that lived here called the Hetheringtons, and unfortunately, their daughter passed away of a heart attack inside the house. Basically, they were so devastated that they reached out to people claiming to be psychic mediums. They actually weren't psychic mediums. They opened up a total of 11 portals inside this house and invited spirits and entities from all different kinds of dimensions.
Well, I think there are certain pieces of evidence that there is an afterlife.
Resurrection of the dead is affirmed pretty clearly in the Talmud and the Midrash.
To be honest with you, to give this lecture is a nightmare. If it was up to me, I wouldn't. There's going to be some graphic details.
This place is a maze.
That person after death went to a place called Sheol.
This is by far the largest near-death experience study that has ever been conducted.
People go to a place and they experience weird things. And sometimes they actually will see a character of some type. Well, where did that come from?
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there.
They may describe feeling profoundly peaceful, seeing a bright, warm, welcoming light. Some people describe watching doctors and nurses working on them with incredible accuracy.
Next thing I knew, I was above my body watching the operation.
How long did you feel like you were gone?
I went to a place of timelessness. And so what that means, it could have been a second, could have been 5 minutes. I don't know.
Can you imagine waking up from your sleep and not being able to move?
As I'm lying there, I realized that there's an evil presence next to me.
Do you believe that angels, demons exist?
Holy shit, dude, get out of here! Oh my god, dude!
Strange things keep happening. Bizarre nightmares, as if I'm on fire.
Whoa, what the hell is this? Man, I've got bad chest pain.
Satan's Hollow is what it's called, the portal to hell.
Some people calling it an eye of fire, while others said it looked like the portal to hell opening up.
And the next thing I know, I was outside of my body, looking at my body.
What I'm going to do is called claromancy, the art of throwing lots or throwing bones.
2,000 years of experience, passed down, recorded, of how demons work.
God has them all on a leash, and he lets the leash go enough to let them tempt us, because that's what makes us spiritually stronger.
I'm trying to be as graphic as possible so you understand what we're talking about.
It's your ticket to reality. It's your ticket to freedom. It's your ticket to immortality.
Is there an afterlife? Is there a
It's
God?
the type of information that can keep you away from the Yitzhak.
What happens to us after we die?